to a guy in Chandler Morris who's been around a while. Really good season for him at North Texas this year. Already some rumors about him to Oklahoma State. He was visiting there yesterday. This was a guy who, for those of you who don't remember the name, it may sound familiar, but he has been now, this is going to be school number 4, started at Oklahoma, went to TCU, was the starter before getting hurt the year that they went to the national title, which led way for Max Duggan, right? So was at Oklahoma, TCU, goes to North Texas, and then has a really, really big year by the numbers, 4,000 yards of offense, second team all conference. And now it looks like Oklahoma State, who Mike Gundy looked like he was going to lose his job there for a second if he didn't come to an agreement on lowering his contract, but really need a big bounce back year. And Chandler Morris, a guy who's been around a while and seems like would be a pretty good fit in that system.
Yeah, from Highland Park in Dallas, Texas, same area as Clayton Kershaw, Matt Stafford, affluent area in Dallas. 3-star, really athletic player in high school, kind of deceptively athletic. You look at him as a passer, but he had a 4.7 40, 4.3 shuttle in high school, has that ability. You mentioned he was starting at TCU before he got hurt. Max Duggan goes in, finishes second in the Heisman, finalist there. Oklahoma State needs to juice up that scoring offense. 72nd nationally in scoring offense against FBS teams, 25.6 points per game. That is not where Oklahoma State is. 78th in yards per pass. They like to throw downfield. They didn't get that with their offense this year. We know, knowing Coach Gundy, he likes veteran quarterbacks. I think he probably has the highest average age of starting quarterback in the country. So a guy like Chandler Morris, who is a class of 2020, he was there with Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. Those are his contemporaries from a quarterback standpoint. Obviously, he has experience and age on him. Fits Oklahoma State. It makes a lot of sense. There's not that much difference between number 1 and the bottom of the Big 12. So you get a guy like Chandler Morris coming off a huge year at North Texas, a lot of confidence. You have a coach who knows what he wants to do, can speak the same language as the veteran quarterback. The fit just makes a ton of sense. It's just so weird talking about Oklahoma State being at the bottom of the Big 12. Get back to where you've been in the past. Get a quarterback who knows how to throw. Texas quarterback, they've had success with those. I just think that's a fit because of the age and the style of play.
Now, rounding out the quarterback talk for the day here, you have New Mexico quarterback Devon Dampier potentially heading to Utah. Could follow his offensive coordinator Jason Beck, who was at New Mexico with him. This is a guy from Arizona originally, 5'10", 198. Not going to wow you with his numbers as a passer. I think there's still some development to go there. 12 touchdown, 12 interception ratio this year, but 1,166 on the ground, 19 rushing touchdowns. He ran for 9 touchdowns in the last 4 games of the year there. So, I mean, on the ground, a real weapon. And again, the fact that he could team up with his offensive coordinator, Jason Beck, you always know that Utah is going to have a strong offensive line for the most part. They have some tough athletes over there, and Kyle Whittingham's not going anywhere, right? So they're going to have a really solid foundation for the most part. Obviously, it wasn't a great season for them this year, but do you see that as a good fit for him?
Totally. He's from Arizona, obviously bordering Utah, so location-wise, it makes sense. Really, when you look at his dimensions, 5'10", about 200 pounds, and then the stats, he's almost like a running back playing quarterback, although he does have a good arm. You see him flash that arm. It's not the most consistent with the 12 touchdowns, 12 INTs, but it's not like he has a pop gun. He does have some juice in his arm. He can make plays there. You have to respect his ability to throw downfield. But you look at Utah. Utah is not a program that was always scoring 40 points a game. Their play defense, they run the ball, they're physical, they're tough, they're sound. If you put a quarterback there who is going to be able to keep you ahead of the sticks with his running, to be able to convert third downs with his running, to amplify the running backs he's handing off to because you don't know if he's going to keep it and the defense is playing on his heels. I like the fit. I like a run. Even though Utah has not always had running quarterbacks, I like the fit of a running quarterback in Utah because it just fits their personality. It fits their approach to controlling the game and winning ugly when you have a guy like this. And this is not just a player who's going to run for first downs and short yardage. He's explosive as a runner, so you can get big plays out of his running ability. To me, it's a perfect fit. And we're talking about Chandler Morris at Oklahoma State. Utah is very similar to Oklahoma State in that you expect them to be at the top of the conference, not towards the bottom. They want to get right back into it. You play a quarterback like this you play a certain style, you can win games right away at Utah, especially if your defense is up to par. There's so much uncertainty at that quarterback position. Isaac Wilson, Cam Rising never knew what he was doing with his health. With Devon Dampier, you bring him in, especially pairing with a coordinator who knows him in Jason Beck. He is going to play a certain style. You're going to know exactly what you're going to get. You build around him, and you win games.
Yeah, I think it could be a really, really intriguing fit there. And this quarterback carousel, man, it's very interesting how they are all so connected. One move is a domino effect to another. So we'll be tracking it every day here on Group Chat Football Live.